And good evening, everyone. My name is Albert. This is VlogsBoutNothin. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your night to join me. I really appreciate that. I mean, as if I'd ever lie to y'all. You feel me? That would be, I might be eccentric, but yeah, that'd be kind of dumb, super dumb. And even I'm not that dumb. But regardless, I say that because earlier I said I was having bacon, and potatoes or tater tots, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm right in the middle of the last four videos for tonight. I posted seven altogether today, or will have at the end of the next hour, and that will have made me feel real happy, I think, only because this morning's video didn't start out too nice. But again, as an IRL streamer, I owe my audience every day a responsibility to report what happens to me. And let me tell you, if I get gentrified again, man, what, dude? I'm just spending all this time, trying to do things that I guess will never work. I mean, is that how, being a millennial is going to go down here in America? And then subsequently, obviously, the younger generations too. It's sort of like, look at all this cool stuff that you can never have. It's like, whoa, all right. That sounds not fun, but yeah. Anyways, tonight I want to talk about tattoos and skin products. So, couple things. Obviously, I don't have a tattoo because one time a hottie once said to me, "Why put a bumper sticker on a Ferrari?" No, that never happened. No, it actually really did one time, but it was a total. That's just a joke. It was a thing. But anyways, I don't have any tattoos. I'm the oldest of five, and I'm the only one of my siblings that don't have any tattoos. That doesn't have any tattoos. Even my parents, my mom has a tattoo, and who knows about my dad? I don't know. He's a character, but I don't think he does. I mean, but I don't know. Anyways, I wouldn't be surprised if he did. But my mom has a tattoo, and I remember I was maybe 8 or 9 years old, and I seen my mom's tattoo for the first time. And man, let me tell you, that's the first time I learned about hypocrisy. Right, was because by this age in my life, my parents are always telling me, right, like, don't draw on yourself, all of these things, right, like live a certain way, be a certain kind of a person. And then as I start to get older, it's very evident to me that they're not telling me anything I really should or need to know. Moreover, they're just kind of saying these things they think I think are right, but then completely living their lives in the opposite way, which is frustrating. And I don't care what parents say. Like, if you're gonna live a life, you feel me, around your children, and you're gonna behave a certain way, make sure you're that way in real life, because oftentimes, I mean, I don't know, isn't that like a disorder or something? Like, you behave one way with certain people and then another way with another. Like, I don't know, but tattoos, because of my experience and when I seen my mom's when I was really young, and I was like, hypocrisy. Like, obviously, I was like, I hear my grandma, my grandparents, everybody talk about us and our conservative values and stuff and all this, you know what I mean? But here my parents are doing the complete opposite. And it was like no hate, I actually thought it was kind of cool. But at that time, what I didn't appreciate was the lies. I don't think anybody ever appreciates lies, especially children from their parents when they learn later on in life that their parents lied to them. That's the worst. You feel me? Like, you're not protecting anybody by lying. I mean, seriously, saving the conversation about critical race theory is doing nobody any favors. Like, seriously, it's exacerbating a problem, and you choosing not to address the problem is worse than the problem sometimes, because it just makes the problem worse. Definitely worse. Does nothing to address or consider how to concede and provide concessions for a favorable outcome. I feel like having tattoos, again, we all have our different experiences. I'm telling you guys a random story about how I don't like tattoos because of the way I was brought up. That's just my personal opinion. That's it. That's what it is. It's just an opinion. I know of many people who really like their tattoos, who have whole sleeves, who are halfway to the illustrated man, and that's fine. If you like tattoos, that's great. I don't like them myself. I don't like them on me. I feel like if other people gain any kind of positive outcome from their choosing to put ink on their body, that's seriously no sarcasm. That's really cool. But I don't do that. I've talked about on the channel before, maybe I'd do more of like henna or something. But henna, I found out, is actually even pretty, it's a gamble too, but it can be done in a safe way. Regardless, I don't like things on my skin. The other night I talked about space in a vlog and how I enjoy my space, but I think even more than my space, what I don't like is stuff on my body. Like, I don't like tattoos. Obviously, I don't wear makeup, to my detriment, I guess, because, like, I don't know, maybe makeup would like help me. I don't know. Can anything help me? I don't know. Anyways, so, tattoos is just another one of those things that is not for me. Again, like, most of the women I've dated have tattoos. Like, most of the people I've ever met here in America have tattoos. It's kind of a thing, but again, one, I'd rather spend my money on Mary Jane, and two, I just am that guy that would wake up every day with regrets as it concerns my body. And I try to live with as few of those as possible, because really, at the end of the day, it's them regrets that'll add up, and, with stress, will sort of just make your life into something you never wanted it to be. Makeup is the next thing I want to talk about. I don't wear makeup. I don't wear makeup not for any particular reason. I mean, if I had the money or a girlfriend and I could pay her and she could like make me up before videos, I would do that. I'm probably going to do that in the future. But that doesn't necessarily mean that like I'm trying to put on makeup all the time. Nor does it mean that putting makeup on as a guy makes you gay or anything. And even if it did, like that's a problem. You feel me? And what? Who cares? I don't. I'm just saying that like straight men wear makeup. That's what it is. I mean, I feel like this is a trend started by Gen Z and then followed by Alpha, really, and a lot, like way more liberal millennials. In that, more like the goths is kind of like what started that in my generation, like black fingernails. You feel me? Like painting your fingernails black or just different colors, having like just jet black suits, like outfits or whatever. You know what I mean? So like I don't know, makeup has always been a socially accepted part of my life from my experience within the secondary school system as well as college. It's always been those kinds of rebels, you feel me, that like put on the makeup. Like I've seen that again. I mean, I just most recently dated a really old woman who had a child, and this young boy man would wear makeup, a lot of makeup. And so again, does that did that make him a bad person or anything? No, absolutely not. He could wear as much makeup as he wants. But my concern with wearing makeup, right, and for more than just professional stuff, like I just said, I'd put makeup on. I identify as a hetero straight dude, and I got no problems with putting makeup on if it's for a reason. And in that very particular reason, the only reason I'd ever have to put makeup on is to look somewhat like halfway decent for y'all, right? And even that's weird, because then like I mean, I don't know if you think I'm ugly, I'm sorry. But that's not like, this isn't like the aesthetic of a vibe channel where I'm like saying I'm a model, and you guys should like look like me, because that would be far from the truth. I want none of that for you, including being a model, but moreover looking like me. So I'm not a fan of putting stuff on my skin. I mean, again, and that works to both, I think, an advantage position and a position of advantage for me, as well as like a FOMO position, in terms of like, you know, um, if I had known about better skincare as a child, I wouldn't have scars on my face like the dark side of the moon. You feel me? As it concerns proper skincare and staying away from high chemical items that my parents would buy for me. Obviously, they'll say unknowingly, but again, at what point does a person know? Like 30 years ago, people didn't realize that when they looked at the ingredients of products and saw names they couldn't pronounce. Like, how is that any different from now? I've always asked myself that question. Like, are we assuming that just people were stupid back then? Is that how we should accept the past? People were just some straight up dumb people, and because of their ignorance, like it's okay, they didn't know any better, like cry. It's like, what? What? You didn't have half a brain. So anyways, I remember like a lot of salicylic acid in a lot of the products. And I remember this because as a kid, right, 9 years old, going through puberty, washing my face with this Neutrogena face cream that I saw in some commercial while I was watching wrestling. It's sort of like, okay, I watched wrestling, I'm a boy going through puberty, let me buy this Neutrogena. And then I get it, right? And then like obviously I start using it, it's like burning, it's like, I'm like, what is going on? I look in the back, like I feel any rational normal person would do, and I look at the ingredients and I'm like, oh, acid. I don't know what kind of solace, I don't know what kind of acid this is, but from all of what I know about acid, it's not something you put on your skin. This is the conclusion that I drew when I was like literally before 10 years old. Like what? Like what? My parents were seriously that stupid. They couldn't read. They couldn't see the writing on the wall, or they couldn't see their like young boy over here trying all these heavy diluted products full of chemicals and it getting worse, not better. They were just like, oh, at some point it'll get better. Yeah, it's sort of like, what is wrong with you? Oh God, that American selfishness, huh? It'll get you. That's what Uncle Sam will do to you when. There aren't any opportunities, and the world is just generally a pretty negative place as it concerns opportunity for people. And so oftentimes those people will take it out on the people in their lives, and the first people to get it are the poor people, right? Because they're forced to make some decisions. I guess I would assume, I'd like to assume they wouldn't have ever normally made under normal circumstances, but that's still giving them the benefit of the doubt. I hope that you guys have a really good night. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I know that my opinions might be a little bit different. It doesn't matter if you guys have tattoos, you feel me? If you wear lots of makeup, that's great. That's good for you. Anything in moderation and just in a safe way, I feel like is okay. Definitely be careful. Obviously, you hear a lot of stories about negative tattoos or tattoos gone wrong, as well as now we're hearing about makeup and its cheap sort of introduction by places like Temu and Amazon that are selling predominantly young women and older women and men who wear makeup completely toxic stuff that like literally will sometimes like make your skin fall off. So I mean, I'm not just making that up. You can Google search that all day, find some real facts about it. But I hope that you have a really good night, and thank you again for watching my channel. Bye.